Hey everybody, Shred Kid here. I am doing my first in a series of video walkthroughs. Basically, I take a hero that I've played in the game, I walk through basically my entire decision-making process, everything I do, everything I think in the game. Now, I am doing replay casting, so I'm not doing this live. I tried to, it just didn't work. I couldn't talk as much as I played, so unfortunately this is not a live game, but it's just the first replay on my list. I picked it out, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm doing Batrider this game, so this is going to be a Batrider walkthrough. He is my favorite hero. He's been my favorite hero since the day he came out. He fits my playstyle perfectly. I'm just a huge fan of him. I really love him. And now that he's buffed, a lot of people else, a lot of other people like him too. So he's being picked up in scrims. He's being picked up in tournaments. A lot of teams are even first banning him. So he's no joke. So anyway, let me take a look at who's in this game. Vamp is a good pub player, I know. Oh, Ali is in this game. Ali is an amazing player. Shout out to him. Check out his stream if you haven't. He's a really nice guy. He's my favorite NA pub player or pub star, and I'm not meaning that in a degrading way, but he's good. Blue Skies is good, and I'm playing with my buddy General Iro. So anyhow, I'm going to be taking Batrider mid this game. So I take him. I call mid. I'm usually almost always do that, but the thing is, he's capable of so much more than just mid. Although I feel like it is his strongest role. We're just going to look at mid, but he can long lane solo. If you do like a boots first and a tangos, what happens is supports can't necessarily get close to you because they have to run up, and if you have boots first and tangos, you can just run to the side, chop your way through with Firefly, and run away, and they can't stun you. So that can work pretty well. I mean, you can jungle him by putting a lot of points into Firefly. I don't like it as much. It's kind of slow. You're not really useful. You kind of get rid of his killing power early, you know? And finally, I feel like just taking him as a safe lane solo can work in a 1v1 situation. Simply because in a 1v1 safe lane, you have so much space to just run up and run at people with napalm. It's just terrifying. So, anyway, let's take a look at just... I've started making decisions, so let's take a look at it. Ring of Protection, Salve, Tango, 3 branch. I do this in almost every lane as Batrider mid. Against almost every opponent is what I mean to say. Here's why. 1. The Tango and the Salve should be self-explanatory. A lot of times you're going to dive the tower at level 1, level 2 that is. You need the Tango to heal after that or to tank the last tower hit. Which is why sometimes I'll get 2 Salves if it's a lane where I know that I'll tank a hit that would otherwise kill me and then I heal again. That's kind of rare, though. I'll only really do that against a Tinker. The Tango is very nice. It usually means that you can Tango up, take a lot of harass early, Tango up so that you're at pretty much full HP before you dive somebody. And then the 3 branches, just build them to a wand. It's great to have that extra points and everything. So, Ring of Protection, however, you're thinking, oh, what's this? Why are we getting that? Well, it's not going to be a Basilius. What it is, it's going to be a Boots of Tranquility. I feel like that is the best boots, after Boots of Travel that is. It will be the best boots for Batrider. Why? 1, you come out of a lot of ganks at like really low HP, so it's good to heal with them. But 2, this is the big one. You're going to be able to get a lot of extra movement speed from them. And even though they dispel on 3 hits, you're like, oh, well, it'll just dispel and run away. Well, when you run at people with them, a lot of times it doesn't dispel because they're running away from you. They don't hit you. So you keep all the bonuses, and it's really great. I don't know. Anyway, we see me let 1 creep go. This is basically on Batrider, you have 2 options. You can either let 1 creep go, preferably the melee, so it'll push up onto over here, and if it's over there, it's really easy to control them with napalm. Anyway, you can also do an intentionally poor block, which means it'll push onto their thing, which means you'll be able to dive them. Anyway, let's take a look at the laning mechanics. I'm stacking napalm right now. I know that I won't be able to kill him with it, but the thing is, it'll force him to run away to get the stacks off of him, because once you kill 4 creeps, if none of them are denied, that's when you get Firefly. See, he dodged that, so that's kind of good from him. This guy is actually really good at dodging. I've done Batrider against him several times, so I'm just trying to harass, and I take a look at his regen, he's only got a Tango, so maybe I won't be able to kill him with a Firefly, but if I get a lot of harass on him, it'll work. So right now, I know that I can't kill him right now, but I'm trying to burn through his regen. Had I gone on him right there, I would have died. So I back up, say, hey, that's fine. I'm gonna salve up, and you can't do anything. But I have to wait for that to wear off. And all of a sudden, I kind of let him get some last hits. So that's kind of sloppy from me. Waste a little bit of mana, but I did get a lot of his HP down, but then he got some last hits, so good on him. He played well. However, Bloodseeker has a silence, which is why a lot of people will pick Bloodseeker in order to try and, quote, counter Batrider. Basically, you'll get some stacks on him, and then he'll silence you. However, if we take a look at his silence, if we take a look at the duration. Duration, 6 seconds. Napalm cast time, 7 seconds. So, what you have to do as Batrider to get it to continue stacking is, if he does it immediately after you napalm, you will be able to continue stacking. Because you need 7 seconds for the napalm to go on you. I'm not going to be really commentating this game, so, if there's, some kills or whatever, I'm not going to be focusing on them as much. I'm going to be just walking through my decisions. So, we see that I have my bottle. This is great. I needed mana. Bottle is amazing on Batrider, and I feel like it's better than Boots First in almost every scenario. Simply because you're going to be faster than people anyway. So I realized that I'm going to let one creep experience go, but I really wanted to get that rune. And the lane was about to push up anyway, so I said, hey, I'm just going to go get it. I think it was worth it. Anyway, he's going to silence me again, and at this point I realized that he's starting to spam his silence. That's 2 times he's used it now already, and what that means is that he's not going to have that much mana, because you can't really do it that much as Bloodseeker. You have to ration it out, basically, because you haven't really got mana or mana regen. And he did it again right there. And at this point, I'm starting to think, okay, good. I'm going to be ready to go. So, at this point, I'm just trying to CS. I have 13 CS, which is decent. I could have more. But you'll also notice that I use Napalm in order to get CS. It really helps out your last hitting damage. At this rank, it's going to be plus 15 damage per stack. So if I get 2 stacks on a creep wave, that's plus 30 damage. Like, that's so good. I think I should scout with these. I don't remember if I do or not, but I think I should scout with them, and it looks like that's what I'm going to do, so I can just control the next rune really well. And that's me missing CS there, so I'm kind of bad. Something that still throws me off in Batrider Dota 2, I miss another CS, is that one of the small changes is that I feel like his animation's different. His attack animation. And it throws me off when I try to last hit. I don't know. Maybe other people are fine with it. So, he's going to silence me one more time, and at this point, I check his mana, he's got 1 more. So I say, hey, I'm just going to CS, and at this point I'm thinking, what if I push this onto the tower? Because something you want to do as Batrider a lot is you want to be able to push it onto the tower so that you won't tank the tower when you're hitting people. Anyway, oh, that was bad, I let him get a deny. Oh, no, that wasn't bad. I did that so that it would take down the range creep so I could go get the rune and then push on the tower. 2 things I want to talk about real quick. 1, haste rune is the best rune on Batrider, no questions asked. Thing 2, I'm getting a point in Flame Break. I don't see a lot of Batriders do this early. Here's what it does for you when you get it at level 4. 1, if he's standing like in this area right here, which is very common, you can Flame Break him down onto the low ground. And at this point I realize he has no mana, so I'm going to go on him very soon. You can Flame Break him down. Or if they're on the just running away from you, you can Flame Break them closer to you. Like, it gives you so much more than another rank in Firefly. I really recommend just doing it. Also, in tower dives, it can, disrupt them from casting that one last spell, or it'll stop them from casting one last auto attack animation if you time it perfectly. I really heavily recommend that you get this at level 4, except against maybe a Queen of Pain or Tauren Chieftain. That's it. Anyway, he has no mana now. I have 6. I'm going to try to kill him. I have haste rune. I'm going to pop the haste, pop the Firefly, pop the ult. Had I gotten 1 or 2 stacks first, I might not have needed to ult, but I didn't want to risk it. So he's going to try to go for me, silence me. It's just to try to slow me down, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm going to get him. That's a kill. So that's going to be, I believe that should be my Tranquils pretty soon. They're kind of slow this game. I didn't farm that well, only 18 last hits. I've been focusing a lot more on killing him. Are my Tranquils on it? Yeah. My Tranquils are on it. Could be better, could be worse, but it's fine. As long as you're getting 1 kill and out-leveling the person in lane as Batrider, that's what you want to do in a pub game. In a serious game, like a scrim or tournament, you might not get a kill, but you very well might. A lot of times, Batrider has an advantage over other people. It's kind of like Pudge in that. If you get, like, the more and more you play the hero, the more you know the ins and outs and exactly how much damage he'll deal. So you can go for things where other people, like the enemies, will think that they'll be able to kill you, but they can't. But whatever. Anyway, I'm checking rune right now. It's not there, but I say, hey, I think I can gank top. And then I see that they're going on him, and I say, yo, I'm definitely ganking top. So I'm going to run in. Probably just Napalm and Firefly to these guys. I'm trying to get Kunkka off of the Broodmother, so I'm just stacking it up on Kunkka. See, that's what Flame Break does. It knocks him towards you. All of a sudden, I get a lot more damage in because I knocked him toward me. I try to dodge the Torrent, finish off the Kunkka, and now we're going on the Shadow Demon. So, it's important to continue getting stacks for the slow. Even if you're not going to Firefly them, get it for the slow. So I'm going to back up a little bit and just try to throw out a missile for the last hit. I maybe could have conserved my mana a little bit better there and not used it, but I felt like it wasn't necessarily a horrible decision, simply because I just wanted to get him off. And if someone was TPing into that tower to save him, I don't really want to dive. Also, there was a chance that someone could have had an Invis rune because I didn't get a top and I didn't have Vision of Bot. So, anyway, I think I'm not Tranquiling here simply because I want to hold on to my mana. You need exactly 250 mana to combo Firefly and Flaming Lasso. I'm probably just going to call it Lasso or Drag or Pull or whatever because out of habit. But I have my TP and Wand now. TP is very important. I know I say this, well, I'm going to say this on every hero, but it's even more important on Batrider because if they dive you or dive someone on a tower, you can TP in and get every single kill. So I'm just going to try to CS now. I will be going for Dagger as my next item. No questions asked. However, a lot of people have liked to do, or I've been seeing this recently with the new Batrider changes. People have been tanking up a little bit more. They get an Urn. They might get a Cloak first. They might get a Vitality Booster, maybe a Drums. Maybe even Treads. And I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like if you get an early level advantage, you don't need the tank ability because nobody really deals that much damage yet. So, I don't know. It's not a huge deal. So, let's take a look at what's going on bot. There's some little bit of posturing going on bot. I checked the rune. It's not top again. What is it? It's a double damage. I don't even see that. But I could go bot and I could go top. I'm going to try to save the Broodmother right now simply because bot isn't really getting gone on. So I should open with Napalm. Okay, Firefly, then the Napalm. I pull him simply because I think that's the best way to save the Broodmother. And I missed my thing, my Flame Break. That could have killed the Broodmother because I missed that. But Alia was good. He saw that I was going to do it. He dodged it and tried to kill the Broodmother. So a good play by him. But Broodmother ended up just living from the web regen. Anyway, I'm pretty low on mana at this point. I need to go get a rune. I'm closing in on Dagger, but my options at this point are to continue farming for Dagger or try to get it off a kill. It's probably safer to try to farm for it because it's only like 2 minutes, but I'm probably going to go for a kill just because I like killing people and I feel like I'm relatively safe. So, there's so much stuff I want to talk about. Like, I haven't touched on even a quarter of what I want to say, but it looks like I'm going to TP in for this counter kill. Let's see if I get anything. There is a Mana Boots on me, so that's very good. And yeah, you try to make the, do a Pythagorean theorem type thing to try to get somebody. You can cut across trees and high ground and stuff. Just gets people faster. Able to take him out. No problem. And I am going to go for the rune. I'm not going to be able to get it. And I see that he's double damage. I said, no way. Venom with double damage is no joke. Anyway. Real close to Dagger. But let's take a look at my skill build, shall we? Oh, yeah, see, I tried to knock him towards me with Flame Break, but he silenced me. I have 2 in Firefly and 3 in Flame Break. I feel with once Flame Break was changed into the knockback targeted area thing, I really do feel as if Flame Break is better than Firefly. But I think that you need 2 points in Firefly because 1 point really won't deal anything to people who don't have that much napalm on them. So I feel like you need 2 in Firefly and then 3 in Flame Break. But I'm going to pull the Kunkka. Let's see if we can get him. Continue stacking napalms. That's the most important thing. Just always stack napalms. Broodmother's going to take him down. I have no more mana. Oh, I wand. That should get him. Again, it's always important that you're knocking people towards you. And that will give me Dagger. That will give me Cloak. Should I choose to go for it? I don't know if I will. We'll see. I might do a BOT rush. Or a BOT after Dagger, so we'll see. Either way, I should go back to base off of this, simply because I used the rune, I think, at 10. Or Venom got the rune at 10 something. So I need to get mana. So just go back to base. Heal up, get the mana. So. Oh, I blinked. I was wondering why my mana decreased. Anyway, I mentioned why I think it's much better to get 4-3-2-2. Here's what else is going on. From the point that we have a Dagger, we have a couple of options. Option 1, BKB. This is if you absolutely need a target that you need to take down. Sorry about the jug announcer. I think it's cool, but I can't turn it off, I think. Anyway, BKB is really good because it allows you to go in unmolested on someone. Basically, start a team fight without their carry. So you dagger into their entire team, use Firefly, turn on BKB, and use Lasso, and you just take their carry into your team at 0 risk to yourself. Basically, Bane Elemental can stop you with Fiend's Grip, and Enigma probably won't solo black hole you, but that's about it. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of interrupt for that shit. Oh, sorry, not supposed to curse. Anyway. Oh, it looks like I'm going to go on him. I daggered really far in for that one. Let's see if I get him. The nice disruption is going to save him. I'm going to miss my missile. I probably should have held it. Tidehunter's going to Ravage. I might be aggressive here. I might not. Let's see. I have a couple of stacks on him. He's at pretty low, and I'm not Ruptured. So I think I'm going to back off for a little bit, then go back in. Let's see what I do with my dagger. Oh, no, I'm going for the rune. So they're all really low. Let's see if I can get some stacks on Batrider before I get silenced. Kunkka ship's coming in. I'm trying to get stacks up, but I am silenced, so I can't do a whole lot. Rubik will buy back. That looks like we are going to fight. At that point, I was trying to wait till my spells were up again and get the stacks up on people, because you can't do a whole lot if Firefly and Flame Break aren't up at this point in the game. So I was just trying to get the stacks up, stay at the side, not get focused. And with dagger up, I can go in on someone as soon as I want. Anyway, I was talking about why BKB is so good. You start fights basically 4v5. Force Staff is also an amazing item if you get Dagger Force. So you can dagger onto someone, force them back, and all of a sudden, say you're here, you can dagger to about there, force, grab somebody, and force back to there about immediately. So all of a sudden, they're way out of position, like even more so than normally. Force Staff is very good in that regard. You can also maybe get a Pipe, which works very well, simply because, you know, teams like Pipe. And finally, oh, looks like I am going to go on him. This was an aggressive blink. He's going to get disrupted, trying to save him. I'm going to continue stacking Napalm. Let's see if I can knock him towards me with Flame Break. I do. One more Napalm should get the kill. Yes, but will I get out? I TP immediately. And yes, I am going to get out. That was aggressive. That's something you can do with Batrider. If you know exactly how much Firefly damage you'll take, they'll really just kind of leave. Or they'll die before, without being able to leave, is what I'm going for. Anyway, so at this point in the game, I think, hey, I just took a lot of damage right there. That hurt. Let me get a Cloak. Cloak is probably the cheapest way in order to, you know, increase your tank ability on Batrider. But we've noticed that I haven't built any tank items at all this game. Let me go into this. Yeah, I'm not really in this engage. Let me go into why. I feel like Batrider can either build 0 tank items, discounting BKB, or build a ton of tank items, such as Pipe, Drums, maybe, I don't even know. Whatever you want. Maybe a Naked Bit Booster. So I'm going to dagger into him. If people are stacked up like this, they just all die. 1 death, 2 death. I'm going to get a Napalm and Flame Break him closer. That's going to be 3, no problem. You cannot stack against Batrider like that, because that's what happens. Anyway, again, we have no mana regen. So, one of the things I like to do with Batrider, and I haven't gotten into why Boots of Travel is so good, is that you don't have any mana regen naturally, and you use so much mana on ganks. You use that in a gank, you use that, so that's 250. Say you use 10 Napalms, now we're at 450, and 3 of those. That's reasonable. That's basically your entire mana pool. No mana regen is going to help with that unless it's incredibly serious mana regen. So, what a lot of times I end up doing is getting a BOT. Here's what that does. 1, you use everything in your arsenal on a team fight, and then you're left at basically nothing. So you go back to base, and then you can BOT into any team fight instantly. That's why BOT is so good on Batrider. However, it's also incredibly good because if someone is solo farming, say someone's solo farming over there, I can BOT to a creep, and if they're by themselves and have no towers up, like in this situation, Batrider wins pretty much every 1v1. Like, just 1v1 fight. So, if someone's just farming by themselves in a lane with no tower, you can BOT to it and kill them. So, against smart people, it means that they won't farm by themselves. It forces their supports to be with them at all times. Against pubs, it usually just means that you can kill people better. However, it looks like I'm going to go for a BKB. I feel like this is because Silence Rupture, he's got a lot of stuff, he's got a lot of stuff, he's got a lot of stuff. And while he has Purge, I feel like I'll be okay, even without it. So, BKB it's going to be. What am I doing right now? I'm just trying to finish my BKB, but it looks like there's going to be a fight. Let's see what I do. Okay, I'm going to send an illusion and try to get them to waste stuff on it. It's a nice trick, but unfortunately, Batrider's illusions no longer fly over things if you pop them when you use Firefly, so that's just an engine change. Illusions aren't quite as good on him anymore, but there we go. I'm probably going to Firefly over that cliff. Yup. Go on him. I don't really want to lasso him because I feel he'll die anyway, and then he does, in fact. However, I should lasso the Kunkka, who is, you know, a little bit harder to kill. I am slowed right now, but I'm just trying to get some stacks on. He basically got himself... Oh, I blinked and got someone in the fog. Happy about that. And I'm just going to get out because I felt like Bloodseeker could silence me again. And this will be my BKB. In the meantime, Broodmother got the barracks. I should be scouting with that. I'm not. That's kind of sloppy. Meanwhile, yeah, there's BKB. I sold bottles for it. I felt like we were at a big enough advantage that I didn't need BOT and I could just get BKB for one big win. But let me talk about some other item builds that I think are pretty good. Urn is appropriate on him. I don't like it because it slows your dagger down, but it's definitely worth building. The plus strength from it is no joke. So you can get Urn it helps so much. Especially healing your teammates. And that's good if you don't get Tranquil Boots. So if you want to do like a Treads Urn for a more tanky early Batrider, that's pretty good. I've been seeing We Has Asian. I'm just going to open on him. My ult wasn't quite up yet, but I was just waiting for it to be up. I'm going to take a lot of damage from this, jeez, but he will die. He's been doing like a tanky build into drums and Yules. Now what that does is A, it gives you a lot of tank ability, B, it gives you a ton of mana regen. So, see how I'm really low and haven't got a lot of mana anymore? It means you don't have to go back to base after every kill and BOT back in. So it gives you a lot more sustain and it means you're harder to kill. However, it usually means that you don't have Dagger. And he doesn't build Dagger. And I feel like Dagger is just so good on Batrider, you cannot skip it for any reason. Now, something I want to talk about is Force Staff and BKB, the combo. You can't force yourself if you're BKB'd. So usually, Storm's going to zip. He's probably going to die. Usually you get one or the other. Ultra late game you can get both just because they're really good, and obviously positioning is amazing, but normally you just get one. However, we're 20 minutes in. I think a good timing for Blink Dagger is 11 minutes if you go for the Tranquils, if you're mid. Safe lane you should get it in 9, I think. But basically, gonna go for him. Actually, this might not be good. I BKB'd there. I probably shouldn't have, but I just wanted to not get torrented, and I didn't know if they were going to TP into that tower. And yeah, my BKB is going to be down for this, so oops. Mistake from me. Didn't really play that great this game. Missed a lot of CS. I think my ult usage could have been better, and some of my flame breaks could have been better. So, late game bat. Let's talk about that. Shiva's appropriate. Heart appropriate. Hex is good. Assault is good. Well, what other things are very good for Batrider late game? Let me think. Actually, let me go through this upgrade thing, because a lot of times it starts to become very much team dependent. Oops, that's not good that he's there. Anyway, I can't click on it, but I'll just do it off the top of my head. In some weird cases, you do have to get a the blade of not letting people hit you. Go Scepter, that's it. That's when you're losing. And they have like a Void or someone who's really auto-attack you, Barathrum maybe, I don't know. It's really good, but armor's great on him. So Shiva's or Assault. Shiva's is usually better because of the int and the AoE slow, but you can build into a semi-auto attacker if you go into an Assault Clears. So we've gone over BKB, BOT, Shiva's Assault. Heart's obviously good because you tank up. Looks like I'm going to BKB and blink in. I'm just going to take Shadow Demon because he's the easiest target to hit. What else is going on? Looks like, yeah, at this point it's just important to constantly cast Napalm and constantly make sure that Firefly's on everyone. And the super low A cooldown on Flame Break, 11 seconds, means that you can just kind of slam people. Like, it's a lot of damage, big AoE nuke, and it knocks them towards you or interrupts channels. So, man, I really didn't. I could have covered so much more this game. Let me think. I feel like that there are so many different situations at Bat. I barely even scratched the surface. But if you guys want to hear more about it, like really in depth. Oh, this guy's flaming. I forgot this guy was in this game. This guy always flames me every single game I play against him. I don't know why. But anyway. So, what else can we talk about that's really good items for Batrider? Yules can be appropriate if you want to really interrupt people who are channeling, such as if Enigma is getting into position, you can stop him. Batrider's already really good versus Enigma for two reasons. One, if he hasn't got BKB, you can Flame Break before right before he starts a black hole, and it will knock him out of it, and it's very good. Point two, if he is BKB, what you can do is, because he's no longer stands in the exact center of his ult, you blink behind him, grab him with the Flaming Lasso. Remember, it goes through BKB. And then all of a sudden, Enigma has no black hole. So basically, Batrider, I would classify him as basically a huge lane winner mid. Massive team fight presence, probably the best late game initiator in the game with your ultimate, goes through BKB. And basically, I see no downsides to this hero. And I felt even before the buff that he was like tier 2 hero, and after the buff, he might even be tier 1, perhaps. Either way, he's my favorite hero. He's amazing in pubs and competitive, and I'm going to do a lot more of these hero walkthrough videos. So I'm probably going to do heroes I like Shadow Fiend is a favorite. I love Pudge. Heroes that I feel are complex, but if you guys have requests, I'd love to hear them. I've heard a lot of requests for QE Invoker. I did a QW one, but we'll see. Either way, thank you for tuning in. I hope that I was educational. I tried to talk really fast because I felt like I talked like about 10% of what I wanted to, but maybe a longer game would have helped, but a lot of back games are really short. Either way, thank you for watching. This is Shred Kid, and there will be more of these videos to come. So check them out on my channel in the future, and you can find me on my stream at twitch.tv/shred_kid. So anyway, hope to see you guys in the future. Thank you for watching. There's a score screen in case you're wondering.